What do most people think daycare provision for older people looks like?
Well, when I think of daycare, I think of really old people.
I guess I think of people with restricted mobility.
And we're not ready for that
yet. This is more independent, isn't it?
Yeah.
People have an age. They don't want to be reminded of their age all the time. It can be patronising.
Perceptions such as these have arguably contributed to services being decommissioned. Yet the view that provision is outdated and undesirable is strongly contested.
I don't think daycare. Just think coming up to chat with friends.
Things have changed from the times when they sat around a corner, listened to music on high chairs.
To me, there isn't a stigma.
So which view of daycare is more accurate? That is what our research explored. What do we mean by collective daycare? Collective daycare covers a whole range of services, but for the purpose of this study, we focus on care and support activities for people aged 65 and above that are based in a community building.
Collective daycare is about bringing everybody together, and it's also about providing what people want in their local community. That people can go to Tai Chi if they want, they could go to Keep Fit, maybe it's a swimming class.
The examples of daycare that we looked at ranged from an adapted farm for men with Parkinson's to 4 or 5 older people spending the day in the home of a host.
We recognise that the term daycare can be stigmatising. Although some settings avoid the term daycare, we still include them in our study as an important part of overall provision.
A lot of our sites were kind of adopting alternative terms, so using things like day clubs or social clubs, membership organisations.
Our study included analysis of existing national data sets as well as visits to 8 collective daycare settings across England. We conducted interviews with older people attending services, carers, care workers, managers and local stakeholders.
We're also taking a sort of broader approach than that. We spoke to an LGBTQ+ organisation and some other kind of faith-based organisations to get some additional perspectives.
So what did we find? We can group this into 4 main categories. Use of daycare. The number of people using daycare has decreased over time, with a marked decline following the onset of COVID-19, with many centres closing altogether.
People are much more anxious since COVID, and people are still anxious, even this far down the road really.
I live in a sheltered housing block, and to be honest with you, I'm the only one in my block that comes anywhere. Some of them, the only time they ever go out is when they go to hospital.
People not married or cohabiting are roughly 4 times as likely to use the services.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I live on my own. The biggest problem for me is that if I don't go out, I don't meet another human being or don't see another human being.
People just seem to put you to one side and think, oh, you know, they're all right. Like, when you're on your own, you start to go backwards because you just live in the past because you haven't got anything else to do. So you need to be brought out of it.
And those aged 85 plus are also 4 times more likely to use them than 65 to 74-year-olds. Satisfaction levels. There's been a steady decline in carer satisfaction since 2014, although older service users' satisfaction has only marginally decreased and remains at high levels.
I like coming to Tai Chi because they're all so friendly and I feel better for it.
When I told my daughters I was playing dominoes, they said, "Oh, you ain't playing dominoes, are you?" And I said, "Yeah, keeps the brain going, darling."
Value for service users. Older people we spoke to were overwhelmingly positive about their experiences. Benefits included relieving loneliness or isolation, making new friends and learning new skills.
My daughter, she said that I should go out more because I live on my own. It's excellent, superb.
Value for carers. Carers highly value daycare services for giving them a regular break and practical and emotional support.
I've brought one of my neighbours here. I bring Bob on a Monday morning, I drop him off, then I run to work, and then I come back and pick him up and I take him home, and it gives his wife a little bit of respite.
Places like this, they bring people together. If not, people will literally just be sitting in the same four walls, day after day after day after day.
Some of the benefits that I've seen is when carers are literally at the end of their tether, that they really just need to have 5 minutes to breathe.
I'm bringing Bill, he's my husband, he's got mild dementia. Age UK are happy to look after him for the mornings, which is really nice because otherwise it's me trying to find things to entertain him. So it's lovely to have him here.
Daycare is really important to individuals and to the family because it gives them time away from each other, it gives the person attending some meaningful activity, gives them something to talk about when they come home, and it also gives them something to look forward to.
Perfect.
So what does getting daycare right mean? Firstly, it needs to be diverse and include purposeful activities.
A choice of activities is absolutely crucial. People may be reluctant to attend daycare, and while some people will love playing bingo, other people won't want to do that and they'll want to do other things.
Secondly, it should include small-scale, bespoke groups to cater for choice.
Start Tai Chi class, thumbs up.
I teach Tai Chi, specifically aimed at people who perhaps have mobility issues, haven't done any exercise before, and they're curious to try something really gentle and soft that they can do in a chair if necessary.
We used to do the gym, but it got too much for us. So this Tai Chi seems to be a lot better, slower, and more for us actually. Yes.
We love it.
Thirdly, providers could work with community partners such as sports clubs, theatres, libraries and art galleries to enhance the activities they offer. And finally, organisations could work with health partners to provide more preventative care.
The local authority will save money if people remain in their homes and go to classes like this.
Our findings challenge the view that collective daycare is outdated and undesirable. We found great examples of innovative person-centred care valued by older people, carers and local stakeholders. Closure of services during COVID-19 highlighted their vital role as a lifeline, and any plans to decommission them could affect an older person's quality of life and opportunities for connection.
There's no fun in getting old. It's not for wimps.
Even in your early 60s, you can get socially isolated.
We enjoy the coffee, we enjoy the laughter, we enjoy the exercise.
It's lovely to be part of the community, you know.
Yeah, I like to keep going, as long as I can. Because I was only going to come once and try it. But I like it so much that I want to stay.
If you'd like to find out more, please visit the links.